Hello guys, it's Revolution. So in this video I've had a really hard time deciding what the title of this video will be called. Ultimately I've gone for Ultra Instinct Capsule Corp Goku, How Strong? Basically what we're going to do in this video is discuss how strong Ultra Instinct Goku, Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku is in Dragon Ball Heroes. But the intention of this video is comparing him to the two Vegitos we've seen in Dragon Ball Super Heroes, the promotional anime, Super Saiyan 4, Xeno Vegito, and Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken times 20 Capsule Corp Vegito. But I had to refrain from calling this video Ultra Instinct Capsule Corp Goku vs Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito vs Capsule Corp Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito. That title would have been far too long. Anyway, now I'm rambling. Basically, Ultra Instinct Goku is going to be in episode 6 of Dragon Ball Heroes, the promotional anime, facing off against Super Saiyan 3 Cumber. Of course, that episode hasn't aired yet, so it's impossible to gauge how well he will do against Super Saiyan 3 Cumber, but I think it's fair to say Ultra Instinct Goku wouldn't have made it into Dragon Ball Heroes if he wasn't going to do something significant. So we'll basically gauge both Vegitos as well as Ultra Instinct Goku on how well they appear to have done against Cumber. But before I begin, a quick question. Do you think Ultra Instinct is possible when fused? After all, each time Goku achieved Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power, he was basically at his limits, exhausted, and had to break through his shell. Is it possible in a fusion where the fusion literally separates once you've used too much energy? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section. And whilst you're doing that, if you happen to be on Instagram or Twitter, do come follow me on those social media platforms at Revolution7 so we can talk Dragon Ball even further beyond what we discuss in these videos. So obviously, Super Dragon Ball Heroes doesn't exactly follow any coherent meaning. It is literally just a whole bunch of chadness occurring after a whole bunch of chadness. Basically, it's a complete story of one-upmanship. Now, obviously, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super, and even Dragon Ball GT was in that same vein as well, but not quite as exaggerated as this. The story makes no coherent sense in Dragon Ball Heroes. The power-ups make no coherent sense whatsoever. But they are what they are. Now, if you had to ask me before watching any of these episodes how I would place these three in order, I would actually place Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito at the top of the list, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito second, and Ultra Instinct Goku last. Now that might sound crazy considering Ultra Instinct is Goku's latest and greatest transformation, but when you stack a Super Saiyan 4 multiplier as well as the Potara Fusion multiplier for Xeno Vegito and then for Capsule Corp Vegito, as well as Blue and Kaioken on top of that Potara Fusion multiplier, you would have one hell of a strong warrior upon that fusion. And of course it burns out pretty quickly because fusion has been retconned in Dragon Ball Super and Potara Fusion simply doesn't last that long anymore. Dragon Ball Heroes continued in that same vein, and we saw both Xeno Vegito as well as Capsule Corp Vegito defuse after using too much power. Now what will be interesting is to see how long Ultra Instinct lasts in episode 6 of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, considering Dragon Ball Heroes is produced by Bandai Namco, who work very closely with Toei, who obviously produced Dragon Ball Super the anime. And in the anime, against Awakened Jiren in episode 130, Ultra Instinct Goku essentially only lasted around 30 to 45 seconds in Ultra Instinct. Now you could say he charged up at one point, which may have affected the amount of time he could remain in Ultra Instinct, but ultimately what happened was the transformation took its toll on Goku's muscle body and he fell out of Ultra Instinct. It will definitely be interesting to see how Dragon Ball Heroes demonstrates Ultra Instinct in this promotional anime and how long Ultra Instinct Goku lasts, because if he lasts longer than what he did in the Tournament of Power, that's a major bonus going into any verse battles that I do on this channel with Capsule Corp Ultra Instinct Goku. Now I hear you, some of you are probably saying, why is Ultra Instinct Goku last on your list? Well, I'll get to that in just a moment, but what I must say is it doesn't matter anyway, because it appears from the sequence of events that happened during Super Dragon Ball Heroes that the list is literally flipped on its head. Ultra Instinct Goku appears to be the strongest, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito appears to be the second strongest, and Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito seems to be the weakest, based on feats that we've seen in the show itself. So we first saw Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito in episode 3 of Super Dragon Ball Heroes. This is a Capsule Corp version of Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Vegito. Whilst Capsule Corp Goku and Vegeta are Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball Super, they are also distinctly different. They are kind of a alternate version of them. But what I would like you to imagine is, what if Goku and Vegeta fused using Potara Fusion, in fact, during the Tournament of Power against Jiren. We got a Tournament of Power Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. Would he have been able to beat Jiren? Who knows, but imagine if he then used Kaioken times 20 stacked on top of that Super Saiyan Blue Potara fusion. It would have been monstrous. I'm quite confident myself that that version of Vegito would have beat Jiren, even awakened Jiren for that matter. And don't get it twisted, I'm not talking about the future Trunks Vegito Blue that we saw fight against Merge Zamasu. Now, Potara Fusion is stated in the Super Exciting Guides to be Fusey A times Fusey B. That is an incredible power-up, but a lot of people often point to the Super Exciting Guide statement as being rather vague. Whilst I don't discount that statement by any means, it does seem like overkill. There is a statement in the Daizenshu that states that base Vegito in the Buu Saga was stronger than Buu Saga Super Saiyan 3 Goku, meaning that Potara Fusion would be a 400 times base multiplier at the very least, and then obviously you can still stack all the transformations on top of that. And in Dragon Ball Super, Vados gave a rather vague statement yet again, saying that Kefla was the sum of Kale and Caulifla and the sum of their parts, multiplied tens of times over, which Herms actually retranslated as several tens of times over, which could mean in the hundreds, which a few people have pointed out could actually mean hundreds of times stronger than your current most powerful transformation. Now, that could potentially be the case, who knows? We kind of need a guidebook to clear up exactly how powerful Potara Fusion is. Needless to say, Potara Fusion is extremely powerful. Now, I did do a video lowballing Ultra Instinct Goku's power from the events in the Tournament of Power from Dragon Ball Super, and I came to the conclusion that it's roughly around 500 times that of Super Saiyan Blue. Now, I must emphasize that was a lowballed figure. It is likely a lot higher than that, but that is the lowest figure I could come up with using the 2 times rule. So at a low ball, it shouldn't actually be as powerful as a Potara Fusion, especially if Potara Fusion is going by the Super Exciting Guide statement of A times B. And we haven't even talked about the fact that this Vegito used Kaioken times 20 stacked on top of Super Saiyan Blue. But this version of Vegito actually struggled against base Cumber. Sure, he won out in the end of the beam struggle, but he had a bit of a struggle doing so. And ultimately, Cumber then transformed into a Golden Uzaru, which should technically be his most powerful transformation if we go by what we saw in Dragon Ball GT. We have to go by what we saw in Dragon Ball GT because that's the only continuity of Dragon Ball that basically has demonstrated a Golden Uzaru. No official multipliers have ever come out regarding the Golden Uzaru, even in the GT Perfect files. But as we saw in Goku's fight against Baby Vegeta feared Golden Uzaru Goku far more than he feared Super Saiyan 3 Goku. So it's fair to say that it's a lot stronger than the 400 times multiplier you get with Super Saiyan 3. So the question is, did he feel that he had to become a Golden Uzaru to take on Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito, or was he just going batshit crazy? Because to me it appeared that Vegito was struggling in his fight against Cumber. The episode later, we actually see Goku faring better against the Golden Uzaru version of Cumber. And it literally took few to come and basically revert Golden Uzaru Cumber back down to his base. Then Goku proceeded to fight base Cumber in Super Saiyan God. Now you could argue that Goku got a lot stronger through Zenkais or adaptation, but that is one hell of a boost in power mid-fight. Sure, Cumber smacked him up in the end, but he at least put up somewhat of a fight, only to be saved by Xeno Goku and Xeno Vegeta. And while Xeno Vegeta has gone through all the events of Dragon Ball GT, he isn't the exact same version of GT Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but ultimately Xeno Goku fuses with Xeno Vegeta and becomes Xeno Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. This is just wacky. But anyway, Cumber feels the need to transform into a Super Saiyan 3, and as per the Super Exciting Guys, that is a 400 times base multiplier. But what this indicates to us in the promotional anime is that Cumber feels the need to be stronger against Super Saiyan 4 Vegito than he did against Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito, even though we saw Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Goku fight to a stalemate in the first episode of Super Dragon Ball Heroes, the promotional anime, and Goku didn't even use the Kaioken times 20 during that battle. So considering it's using pretty much the same characters, the same beings, why exactly is Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito stronger than Super Saiyan Blue Capsule Corp Vegito, especially when he's using the Kaioken times 20? I don't know. Maybe Cumber did feel the need to use Golden Uzaru against Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito. Who knows? That would make the most coherent sense, but Dragon Ball Heroes doesn't necessarily follow coherent sense. The only other argument is Goku got exponentially stronger through Zenkai's and adaptation during the fight against Cumber. After overpowering Super Saiyan 3 Cumber, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Vegito defuses. Obviously the Potara fusion only lasts a certain while, and basically it looks all doom and gloom until in the preview Ultra Instinct Goku awakens and is literally slapping Cumber around. But before I move on, what I must say is Super Saiyan 4 Vegito actually looked phenomenal. That has literally made me want to see Super Saiyan 4 again in the future of Dragon Ball. Honestly, just that design. I wasn't a major fan of Super Saiyan 4 before, but Super Saiyan 4 Vegito just looked cool as fuck. But like I said, Ultra Instinct Goku is literally slapping Super Saiyan 3 Cumber around. Obviously, we have to wait for episode 6 to get a true reading of this fight, but like I said earlier in this video, Ultra Instinct is Goku's latest and greatest transformation. I am very, very surprised we have seen Ultra Instinct in this promotional anime, considering the Broly movie is out next month. Whilst we've had no confirmation whether we'll see Ultra Instinct in this upcoming movie, and we might not, considering we might be getting Vegeta. In fact, we most likely are. Ultra Instinct right now is basically the shit in Dragon Ball. It is the ticket seller, so they're not going to put Ultra Instinct in this promotional anime only to have him defeated. He may time out, we'll have to wait and see, but ultimately what it tells us is that Ultra Instinct Capsule Corp Goku is even stronger than Capsule Corp Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 20 Vegito. Not just that, but close to somewhere 400 times stronger than him. The truth is, power scaling in Super Dragon Ball Heroes makes no coherent sense. We just have to take it as it is. But the fact is that the Dragon Ball Heroes characters are far, far, far more powerful than the main continuity of Dragon Ball Super cast. If you've been following my power scaling videos on Dragon Ball Heroes characters such as Xeno Goku and Capsule Corp Goku, as well as Cumber, you'll know that these characters are 6-dimensional in terms of destructive capacity, potentially higher. Which begs the question, just how strong will Capsule Corp Ultra Instinct Goku be in terms of destructive capacity? That's where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know your thoughts on how strong you will be down in the comment section. Of course, we still have to wait for episode 6 to truly know, but let's have a bit of a discussion about it before we get to episode 6. Drop your thoughts down in the comment section, smash that like button, keep lending me your energy, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Until next time, Ad Astra.